G'day fellas, how you going? As cosplayers, we always try our very hardest to look the best that we can be as our favourite anime and video game characters. We'll spend stupid amounts of money, lose valuable hours of sleep, and even kill our social lives just a little bit, dedicating ourselves to our craft. And with each costume that we make, we always strive to improve as time goes on. But there's a few small habits that you might be doing that you didn't know about that might be actually killing your cosplay progress. So today, I'm going to go over the 4 biggest things that's actually killing your cosplays. You ready? Let's go. So the first thing that you might be doing that's killing your cosplays is you're leaving your wig until last. For many of us, most of the time, myself included, we tend to see doing our wig as something pretty low on the priority list. Some people might argue that, oh, it doesn't take too long to do, or I want to leave it till last, or it's not that important. It's not as important as the costume or the prop itself, you see. But it's a big problem because if you didn't already know, the wig will really define how the costume will actually look on you altogether as a whole. Your wig itself, or even your own haircut, will really define your overall look. It'll shape your face, and it'll really complement your facial expressions and makeup that you put on your costume for the day. So it's really important to make sure that your wig looks good on your heads and that you spend just a bit more time cutting it and styling it properly rather than leaving it till the night before the convention. Now, learning how to do your own wigs is a very valuable thing for a cosplayer to learn. But if you don't know how to cut or style a basic wig yourself, I will be doing a video tutorial on that very soon, which when it's done, I'll put it here. Otherwise, I'll put it in the description below, so keep an eye out for that. On the other hand, maybe you just can't be bothered learning how to cut and style your own wig, which will actually bring us to the next problem. The next thing killing your own cosplays is you're being completely reliant on somebody else. I'm gonna be real here. I know not everybody is good at doing everything, but you should not be completely reliant on somebody else for a crucial part or all of your costume. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad idea to get someone to help you out, to sew something, to hook up some lights, or to do your wig or whatever it might be, but they're not really the one that you should be angry with if your costume doesn't get finished in time. As basically, you will be spending a lot of time waiting for them to do it, and they really don't care as much about your project as you do, and if it's not exactly the way you want it, and you don't know how to fix it, you're basically going to be left with an unfinished costume. So it's great to get help, but I think it's a really good thing to strive to learn the basics of a bit of everything, just in case you really do need to be self-sufficient in whatever you need to make in your cosplays. Which, let's be real, that's going to be nearly all of your cosplays. Killer hindrance number 3, you're making too many shopping trips, man. Make sure you plan really carefully at the start, your whole costume, so you kind of know what you need to get from the get-go. I mean, at most, you'd be making 2, maybe 3 trips to the store to get everything you need, but any more than that, you're wasting a lot of your own time. I mean, you're going to find out one time that you're going to be short on material, or you're going to run out of hot glue sticks, and you really need to get it done that night, but the shops are closed, and you have to wait till the next morning to get the stuff that you need. I mean, week 4 convention, ideally you kind of just want to be stuck in your little cosplay cave, just making grunting and screeching and crying noises up until your costume's finished. So plan ahead, minimize the trips you need to take, and maximize your efficiency. And the 4th thing that you might be doing, killing your own cosplay, is you're actually distracting yourself. Now, the ideal place for all creatives to be is somewhere called the zone. As anybody would know, the zone is a place in which you're so completely focused on your own work that your output increases by about 100%. And to be kept focused in that amazingly productive place, most of us like to play something in the background to keep us entertained or to keep us from going insane, really. Maybe it's some music, maybe it's a TV show, maybe it's having a friend over. Any kind of noise in the background in a quiet place is always welcome. But make sure you don't be having something there in the background that's actually distracting you more than it's actually helping you get your work done. So good movies or TV shows should be something that you've already watched before, it's mostly conversation based, or it's something that doesn't need subtitles that need you to look up at the screen so often. So good things like sitcoms or romantic comedies or talk shows like Dr. Phil or Shrek. Shrek's always good. And good music should be the kind that's really pleasant to listen to a lot of the time, or good to sing along to, or something where you're not changing the playlist every 10 minutes or so. So for music, I would suggest those 3-4 hour long playlists or entire albums of a band you really like, or especially live concerts. I really like listening to those. And good friends should be the kind who are able to chat to you about little nothings or helping you finish your costume, or the ones that you cry with at 2 in the morning when your costume's actually not done. And if you find yourself actually spending more time playing Mario Kart with them than actually getting your costumes done, you should probably stick to watching Shrek. And those, ladies and gentlemen, are 4 things that could be killing your cosplays. Which ones that really hold you back? What kind of things do you like to do while you're making your costumes? Let me know in the comments below. And this weekend, I'll be heading off to a local convention in Brisbane called MadFest. And MadFest is usually a con that I always enjoy going to because it's primarily anime and Japanese culture based, which is what I'm all about. So yeah, if you guys are heading in, might catch you there. As always, thanks very much for watching this far, guys. Really appreciate you. Getting to record a few different things this week, so you'll probably hear from me again very soon. Bye.